So I know I've been talking about how much I love Riverside, and it's no longer Riverside.fm, it's Riverside.com.
It sure is.
And I love it. However, one thing that I find a little bit annoying is you and we pay for it. And it is not, so we pay for an upgraded version, but they've changed things. So yes, we're still paying, and we pay quite a bit of money. We're paying for this upgraded version. However, it keeps asking me to upgrade to the next level now. So they've got some other features that you can do. And I think some of it's live. I don't know if we're even able to live cast anymore.
Wow.
I haven't looked. We've never done it, but that used to be part of our package. So I don't know.
As much as
but it's a little annoying.
As much as I love them, because we've watched them grow, and selfishly, I think we've helped them a little bit, certainly by the fact that we record not once a month, it's once a week, and we've been pretty consistent with that. But there are a lot of other platforms out there. So as they have continued to improve, others have popped up and are maybe not as good, but now it becomes a pricing thing too.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a pricing war. I'm going to have to look it up after, because the only reason because every time I hit the record button and I start our intro, that's when I get a pop-up right in front of our screen asking me to upgrade. I'm like, come on, I just started recording. Why? Well, I don't want to click anything.
But just pop-ups in general. Why are people still doing that?
Yeah, don't even get me started.
Honestly,
don't even get me started.
It's terrible marketing, but somebody keeps telling. I know we should annoy our customers right away, when they hit record. Good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I think that's ridiculous.
So
and there was one more. Okay, before you exit Riverside, that and with other places, it's even if it's like asking, do you want a 15% discount? Because you know what they're going to be asking for, and it's flat of that. Sorry,
I do give them some of them if I really want it. I will give them my email address. I will not give them my phone number.
Me either. But sometimes then you don't get the discount, because they're saying if you give us both, we'll give you the discount, and you give your email address first, which they asked for first. And then okay, where's my, we need your text in order to get otherwise we'll give you 5%. It's like, okay, I didn't know we were negotiating here.
Well, and the only reason I'll do the email thing is and let me rephrase, I only do it when I'm on my Mac.
Oh, okay.
Because my Apple ID or my Apple subscription will give me, and I don't know if it's part of the subscription or if it just does it anyway, but it will hide my email. So it'll give a fake email address and forward everything to my email, so I can just shut it off.
That's pretty cool.
I can go into my app and go, nope, I don't want anything from them anymore.
All right, so that's cool.
It changes it depending on where. Like I have one fake email not fake, but it's a real email address, but one hidden email address for Instagram. One for whatever other place I go shop stuff. So that's really handy. I like that.
That's fun.
But and I guess I could do that with my Google Voice number instead of my phone number if I really wanted
actually
the discount.
One other thing that's driving me crazy lately is the lack of mobile optimized sites. I get those, it's something I want to know about, whether it's a news article or something like that pops up in my email. And which is fine. And normally I just blast through them, but this one looks like a good topic. Click on it, and it goes to a non-mobile optimized site. Which means, so if you're not familiar with the terminology, listeners and viewers, you got to pinch and then you can't even scroll to the entire page, because to get the font legible, it does not fit anymore in the opening. And so it just drives me crazy.
Those are examples of people who are in whether they're designing the page or they own the page, and they're not looking at their analytics. Because if you go in the back end, and it's not every industry, but the vast majority of industries, if you went into your Google Analytics and looked and to see what the mobile traffic is versus your desktop traffic, mobile is always going to be higher. More people are going to your website via mobile than anywhere else.
So true.
And different OEMs, now that I've had multiple experiences with multiple OEMs, they're all a little bit different, but the smaller ones tend to be much more tech savvy, which means they're using their mobile devices a lot more. Like we're talking, when I say they're more, there's one brand out there I used to work for where they were hovering right around 60% mobile versus desktop. The brand I work for now is closer to 80% mobile.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
So to
Yeah. 70, I would put a 70 to 80%.
deliver anything to them because you know that fact would be ridiculous. It
Yeah.
makes no sense to deliver
Well,
anything desktop size to them, but
yep.
you can still, I mean, you can optimize for either. It's not
Oh,
difficult and it's
sure.
not expensive either. It's just having a
Well,
provider that's not doing it correctly.
yeah, you optimize to the
Right.
experience, and that's what I always would tell dealers or anyone
Yep.
else. You're optimizing to the experience. So you start on
Yep.
mobile, knowing what the customers do on your mobile
Yep.
site. They're there to get information. They're not necessarily there to take an
Mhm.
action. They can take an
Mhm.
action, like click to call, that's
Yep.
big.
Huge.
And if you want them to do something specific, you make sure it's easy for them to do with a thumb.
Well, you
Now,
can, but you
then
can also have responsive sites that instantly
well,
determine.
no, I mean, that's setting I'm setting that
Yeah.
aside. Yes, you're right, but you start with
Yeah.
mobile. So you design your
I
responsive
totally
site
agree
on mobile,
because it's a higher
and then
percentage. Yep.
exactly, then you carry your customers on to the desktop experience. It might be a little bit different than
Yep.
what you want because it is, to your point, it is, the word just leapt right out of my head, and I just
Yeah.
responsive. It is responsive, but the experience is still good enough there at that point that you're going to get the customer to do what they need to do. Which most of the time, if they're getting up onto a desktop, they're going to do something very
Yep.
specific. So, fill out a credit app. They're actually going to do most of the lead forms that you get are probably going to come from
Yep.
desktop versus mobile, which is why lead forms are going
Yeah.
down. All that real time engagement, shout out to my boss because that's his favorite
Yeah.
term. The RTEs, the real time engagement, that's going to come from mobile
Yes.
because that's easier for customers to do.
Well, and let's face it, it's accessible 98% of the time. It's
Right.
not, the desktop, as much as I love having a massive screen, two of them, and one in the closet. He
Yeah.
hasn't come out of the closet yet.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's not feasible or reasonable that I would have this with me all the time. Tablets might be
Right.
another option, and again, that's another size option with a responsive site that will allow you to do that. But the phone, you're right. Why wouldn't you default to that? Because that
Well,
is what people
yeah,
are
exactly.
using, and it's in
I
front of them 90+% of the time.
90%. Yeah. And I will speak for myself. I don't know if this is the same for everybody. It's probably not, but I'm sitting at my computer right now. And just like you, I've got multiple screens in front of
Mhm.
me. But if I want something, like if I'm doing something and I want to buy something on Amazon, I don't pull it up on I don't know why. I don't pull it up on my browser. I pick up my
Do
phone
you?
because it's sitting right next to me and I search on Amazon.
Well, now that without details, now that I have reset my office so I have it set up the way I need it to, I'm more likely to drag a screen over there and open it now. But you're right.
Yeah.
Most of the time, especially with a single screen, even if it's massive, I'm still going to pull my phone up. You're right. Yep.
Yeah. It's habit for one,
Look at us
and it's
talking
just easy.
smart stuff.
I
We're technology
but
gurus, at least for the first few
yeah,
minutes.
right. I someone gave me this because I hate the word expert. That word because especially with what you and I
Yeah.
do. Are we proficient? Absolutely. Do we have plenty of experience? Absolutely. But I'm scared to use the word
Mhm.
expert because the information that we disseminate changes
So
constantly and we have to keep up
my
with it.
phrase is
So
expertise is fleeting.
I like
Well,
that.
it's
I like
true though,
that.
because it
I
it can
but
disappear overnight in today's industry.
but the phrase that I love, and I actually got it from your
Huh?
boss. The phrase that I love is subject matter. Oh shit.
Oh, that's not a good.
Subject matter enthusiast.
Wow.
So you're still an SME, but you're a subject matter enthusiast.
Wow. Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
can't wait to talk to my boss about that because that's
yeah.
cray
I think
cray.
it came from him.
I'm an
I'm
enthusiast.
pretty sure it
I'm
did. Yeah.
excited about being.
No, you know what? It didn't come from him.
Oh,
It came
now you're
from a
protecting
different
him.
vendor,
You
but
just wait.
no. I mean, you can give him credit for it, but I remember who I got it from. He's yeah,
But it's funny because if
yep,
I did say that to him, he'd say, that sounds like something I'd say." Um,
yeah. It could be, and maybe he did.
maybe he
Maybe
did.
he did.
Okay, just for the record, I did not. Let's
Oh,
take a a back road here. Remember how smart we
a
were a
back
second
route,
ago?
a back route,
Route or route, depending upon where you live.
route.
pop
It's a
or
rough,
soda.
not a roof. It's a rough.
Around to what is today, at least, and this weekend, a big deal. So if you're
Yeah.
watching us on Tuesday, you'll already know how this went. But the weather,
Hmm.
and this is
Yeah.
the not unlike
Yeah.
when we have hurricanes in Florida or hurricanes as they come off the coast of Africa, so they're a week or more away, where everybody goes, "Oh, it's going to be
Hmm.
terrible. It's going to be incredible. It's the biggest storm in 30 years," which is what we've been hearing about this winter storm. Have you heard the name of it? They name winter storms now.
It's starts with an I,
Nope,
right?
but good guess.
Oh, what is it?
Fern, F-E-R-N. Yeah.
Fern? Okay.
Which
I don't
honestly,
think I
if you
heard
live in the
fern, but
middle of the country and you're growing ferns outside, you're
uh,
screwed. Yeah,
yeah,
ferns are
they're screwed. Exactly.
that's yeah. But
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I'm just a tad bit disappointed in this whole system because while I know we're going to get hit with ice,
yeah,
that's inevitable overnight. But in the very beginning, and a lot of people are freaking out because in Nashville they're saying we're gonna get 24 inches.
of ice.
So historically, and this was a week ago, but historically, the most snow that Nashville has ever gotten, and it was from the
Oh,
1890s, I believe. It was either 1889 or 1898. I
okay.
don't remember. Um, was 17 inches.
And that's just now melting, right? The
Yeah,
remainder of
exactly.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it melted the next day, I'm
I'm
sure,
sure it did.
but the second
Wow.
one is 15, and that was in like 1915 or
Okay.
1920,
Anyway
something
you
like
slice
that.
it, it's a lot of snow. Sure.
Any way you slice it, that's a lot of
24
snow
inches.
for Nashville, but they were calling for
I
24
haven't
inches, and
seen a
everyone.
single
So
model that shows you're getting that much.
no, this was a week
Oh,
ago.
okay.
So this was
Well,
a week
you and
out
I follow the
to your
same
point. So
guy, I think.
yeah, yeah, he was saying it too, but he was also saying, yeah, I don't think this
Yeah,
is
the most
Brian
recent I
Hall,
think he
y'all.
had was like
Yeah.
3.5. Brian Hall, 3.5 or
Yep,
4. Yeah.
we're at 4 inches on
Okay.
my, and it is snowing. We've probably got half
All
an
right.
inch,
Well,
not
that's
quite half.
cool.
Yeah, about a half
It's
an inch
this
out there.
time of the year.
Yeah,
What's your
and
temp?
when 17, the
Okay,
last time I
so
looked.
chili.
Yeah, it's
No, I
chilly.
mean you're making chili.
I'm no, I'm
You
not making chili
should.
tonight. I didn't get any chili beans.
Okay, sorry.
I can't have it. I can't
Oh,
have it on my
then you
diet.
shouldn't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yes.
yeah, a lot of snow and ice, and as I even told some of the people that were freaking out, yeah, it says 24 inches. I would be surprised if we got 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, as it's gotten closer, it's whittled down.
Sure.
And so the biggest concern, and my biggest concern too, is
Yeah.
ice. We are going to get ice, and the only reason I'm concerned is one, power, and two, I have a tree that I was trying to save, but it's not about to snap or
Yep.
anything, but it's coming out of the ground, and it's coming
Ah.
towards the house.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
with the added weight, that tree might come down.
And
And
that's another
yeah,
thing that Ryan Hall said that I thought was very cool. Uh, Not because it might happen, but because it's a good observation. If you have an inch of ice, and that's a lot, but if you
mhm,
have that and it hits a tree that's 100 years old, that tree is probably coming down, or at least there's a good chance
yeah,
that it will. And so not
yeah,
yours in particular, because an inch, I mean, that's a lot. It's
it is a
beautiful, and
lot.
you see it cover everything, and we've both lived through those storms, and oh my gosh, it will tear those trees right out of the ground because it's so heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a little concerned about
Yep.
that, and then the other thing is concerned about the power going out. I'm not as concerned about us as other people because one, I grew up in this shit and still not colder than what I'm
Right.
experienced. Two, I've got plenty of winter camping gear
That's a good
because
point.
I
That's
love
a
winter
really good
camping.
point. Yep.
So we'll be warm. We'll hunker down in the living room, turn on the fireplace and
And
just,
make pizza
chill. And
in your pizza oven.
I left the pizza oven is actually still in
Oh,
storage because
okay.
I can't have that either.
Is that gas or electric?
So,
Is it electric?
what,
Your
my
pizza oven.
pizza oven? It's gas and pellet,
Oh,
so I
so
can
you could do
choose.
pellet.
I could do pellet very easily. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's an
But
option
I
if you
still
have to.
I have 2 5-pound, well, one is full, one is probably half full, but 2 5-pound, propane
Oh,
tanks and then a 2.5-pound propane tank so I've got plenty of
good.
propane. But, yeah, I don't have it here, so doesn't
Oh,
doesn't
it's
matter, and
awesome.
I can't have pizza.
Oh,
Um,
no. No. So
yeah,
are
yeah.
you on the what's it called? The GEMS diet, or what is What can you not, or what can you have maybe is easier.
I really honestly just can't have processed food,
Oh, okay, good.
and I can't have, like, I can't have bread, basically.
Sure.
So I can have certain bread, like, I can have the whole wheat, whole grain, all the
Sure.
fancy, like, Ezekiel type
Yep.
bread, and I got some. I had one with 2 eggs on top,
Okay.
and I felt like shit after
Did
I
you
had it,
really?
so I was like, "Yeah,
Okay.
can't do bread right now."
Interesting.
So,
Okay. And,
okay, to be fair, I could, folks. I can have anything I
well,
want. I I'm just trying to get to a place with my
yes.
health that I'm allowed to have
You
things
look
like that
actually, I
again,
mean,
and
you look like you're losing a little bit even up
I've
here.
lost almost 20
Oh, well
pounds.
then, but normally though, you lose it in your butt. Just kidding. I have no
No,
idea.
my butt's looking really good.
I'll I'll wait for the movie to come out.
Okay,
Yeah, but 20 pounds, that's impressive if you want to.
almost. Yeah.
If you
No, I
yeah.
did, and I was losing weight. I lost since I started my new job almost a year ago. It'll be a year next month. I've lost 15 pounds there, and now I've lost,
Wow.
almost another
So you're
20
next to
in the
nothing.
last
You're like,
since the 29th of December,
wow,
and today is the 24th,
24th
so
of
almost a month.
January. So a month,
Yep,
not quite.
yep, and I haven't done anything special. I literally just started working out again.
But
So,
and you say that, and I like hearing you say that, "I can't have that." Yes, you can have whatever you want, but under
yep,
what your plan and that you're trying to live out, it's that. And I
yep,
know we talked a little bit about this, but I think it's good advice for anybody that uh, if you're going to do that, start from 0, the stuff that you're not that you know is not bothering you, and
mhm,
then slowly, if you want, add things back in again. But we all know
yep,
that processed foods are bad for us. Sugar is bad for us.
yes, yes,
And so taking those things out, kind of a no-brainer for some of us, dairy, some of us salt, things like that. But we can go our whole lives avoiding all of it. Some of us alcohol. Um, which yes,
I haven't had any of that since last
well,
year
and it's
either.
sugar and everything too. And yes, we're
That's
slowing
exactly
down on
why.
that as well. So, yeah, you get to a point where I don't want to live my life avoiding things I really enjoy.
No.
However,
Yep.
sometimes it makes them more special if you just
Mhm.
have them once in a while or on occasion. And then, yeah, the next day, wow, I feel like crap because
Yeah.
you did not stick to what you were doing. So, anyway, that
Yep.
is,
I did cheat a little bit last night, and I did have a CBD drink,
oh, okay.
and I mean, great. If I was perfectly
Mm,
relaxed, it was fine. I was not supposed to have those, not for any other reason than part of those drinks actually raise your blood pressure.
oh, okay.
So, but I honestly, I have not felt bad at
Okay.
all for the last 2 weeks, with the exception of the illness, but I'm just talking about my body because I was feeling strange before I went in. That's one of the reasons I went into
Yep.
the doctor. So I wasn't really worried about it, but, yeah, I woke up this morning and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't feel as fresh as I normally would feel, or I have been feeling." So
I know
I'm
Jen tells me all the time, "He woke up this morning so fresh feeling."
yeah, yeah, not smelling, feeling.
Whatever.
I do sleep with one of the dogs, so,
Oh, I see. It reminds me of
yeah,
that ad back from years ago. Michael Jordan walking on the beach with a young girl. It was, SNL ad,
yeah.
and he's walking on a beach with a young girl, and she says, "Mr. Jordan, do you ever get that not so fresh feeling?"
Huh, where do I go
I
with
d
that?
Don't go anywhere, it's just funny and remembering it. It's just like a shadowy picture. He's walking with this young girl, and they're walking along the beach. Do you ever get that not so fresh okay,
That's
let's move
funny.
along.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
weather's gonna be a thing we'll know more obviously on Tuesday when you
We'll
watch
know
this.
more. It's yeah, and so yeah, like I said, it's snowing right now, but it was supposed to start snowing at like 6
Uh,
AM, and I got up at 7, and I looked at my radar right away because we're expecting
yeah,
it, and I'm like, "Oh," all the blue over the top of the
uh-huh.
house, and I'm like, "Oh, it must be snowing." I walk downstairs,
Not
nothing.
snowing. I
Not one
wonder
thing.
about, that, the whole radar stuff when you go, "Oh, here it comes," and then it doesn't
Yeah,
happen for
nothing.
whatever reason, especially with
Well, I've
snow.
said before, we're in the Bellevue bubble, so we're watching Ryan Hall. Watching. I don't know if you found this, but he has an AI.
Yes.
It's called the Y'all
Y'all,
bot.
I know, the y'all
So
pod.
we were watching the y'all bot, and they were showing pictures from everywhere around us. Louisville was a picture. I mean, everyone's getting
Yeah.
slammed, and we're still. This is before it even started snowing, and we're like, yeah,
Bellevue
nothing.
bubble.
Bellevue bubble. And I texted my boss who lives a lot further south, and I said, "What do what are you getting? You getting anything?" He's like, "Yeah, we have a dusting."
Mm, mm.
So, are we? Do I still think we're going to get slammed? Probably not with snow, but we are going to get ice.
Yeah.
I know we
Yeah.
are, and it's just a matter of waiting. So I actually I normally park my car in the garage just not because I value it over the other car, because right now we still have a bunch of storage stuff in the
Uh-huh.
garage, so I don't have space for both cars, including now all my camping gear, which did last weekend. I redid all my camping gear
Awesome.
and put it into more condensed
Mhm.
storage. But so this morning I swapped that car, put that outside because it's not 4-wheel drive, and I put it all the way to the farthest part of the
Mhm.
driveway, and then I put the truck in the garage
Uh,
because the truck is 4-wheel drive and it also has external power.
oh, cool.
So it's like a
Yeah.
generator. So if we run out of power, I can still power space heaters. I just have to open the door, which is right by the exhaust pipe,
Mhm.
turn it on, and crank up the
Uh-huh.
power. And if we do need to get out for any reason, I'd rather have one that's not covered in ice
Yes,
that I can just drive right
for
out and
sure.
go.
How long do you
Then
know how
then
long that the power lasts if you had to do that? I guess depending upon utilization, but I mean, roughly.
gas tank is full.
Okay.
Gas tank's
So
full.
it
So
will
however
go,
long,
yes, I'm wondering if that would be a day or 2 or what that would.
probably
Yeah.
I would. And I mean, all I would, and really honestly, all I need to do is use the engine to charge the
Yeah.
battery.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. And that's, so we've thought about that with hurricanes and, that we get from time to time since thankfully we're left outside of this snowstorm, all of it.
yeah,
Um, and so I won't tell you what the temperature is here, but let's just say it's higher than 17. Um,
yeah,
but
but not much higher than 70.
like actually it is.
If you're even at 70,
Yeah.
is
Oh
it
yeah.
really?
Right now,
Oh, I
let's see
thought
what it is now. It was 84 yesterday.
well, you guys are the nose. That's a new one I've been
The
hearing on
nose.
the weather channels. It's some sort of, they're talking about something about a nose that's pushing
80
up
degrees
from
right now as we
Florida and the
speak.
south. Oh wow. Yeah, no, that I actually would prefer my 17.
I know you would,
I am not going to
and
lie.
I wouldn't. So we're in the right spots. That's how you know.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Anyway, we'll see. It looks like the
Exactly.
East Coast, Northeast is going to get hammered the most with this as it kind
Yes.
of winds up toward and probably Sunday, Monday sounds like. But
Yeah, I think DC is going to get like
I
15 or
know.
16
Oh my
inches.
gosh,
It's
that's
crazy.
going to be quite a mess.
I
Of
wish.
course you do.
I was I was hoping for 24 inches. I was like, "Yeah, bring it on." I know it's not gonna happen, but bring it on.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Well, and I think you said it well. You have all the camping gear, you can handle it. It'd still be a hassle to get things set up and all of that, but you've got a camp
Yeah.
stove, you can have water available. You've got, yeah, so
Got multiple camp
yep.
stoves. Yeah.
Well, oh yes, and I'm excited. It's just a challenge to you. So when you look at it in that frame of reference, you go, "Yep, yeah, I would love
Yeah.
that." But
You
you think about
you
elderly
know
folks who don't have that or whomever, doesn't have
exactly.
that capacity,
Yep.
then, okay, how can we help them or whatever? But hopefully they're paying attention and have a generator or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and it's so to your point, I think that's something good to talk about too. So yes, I have a lot of winter camping
mhm.
gear. Do I have like Minnesota winter camping gear?
Why
No.
would you?
I've got Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's my point is, there are certain things there, like this sweater
It's
is
beautiful,
a
by the
is
way.
it's almost 20 years old,
Well,
and it still looks good because it's
sure.
expensive. It's a what are they trying to think of the name. I'll think of it when I'm not trying to think of it. But my mom bought it for
Mhm,
me when right around the time I got
mhm,
married, so about 20 years ago. And I love this thing, but it's very, very
mhm.
warm. You buy expensive things because they're quality and they last a long time. So, and I'm getting somewhere with this, I promise. So I have a few warm things that I still have. I still have a lot of really good long underwear.
Mhm.
stuff like that. But living down here, it's like, and I understand why other people don't do it. There's the stuff I have because I camp in the cold versus what I have to be prepared.
Right.
And so for
Yeah.
preparedness, there are a couple things that I'm missing that I used to have living up in the
Mhm.
north that I don't have anymore because I either outgrew them or they wore out. And like warm gloves, I don't have super warm gloves anymore. Snowmobile gloves, I don't have them anymore.
Yep.
So if we're stuck like that, I don't really have anything that's gonna keep my hands
Right.
warm necessarily or go out. Same with
Mhm.
boots. I don't have any winter boots anymore. The thickest, warmest boot I have are my hiking
Mhm.
boots, which aren't necessarily built for
For
stuff
yeah,
like this.
plowing snow.
Yeah, exactly. So there are a few things. So the dilemma then becomes, I understand that I could definitely use that on a in a week for the week that we're gonna have to make things a lot easier, but do I wanna spend $300 or more because that's $300 for a pair of really good winter
Yep.
boots just so I have them for the 1 week a year I'm gonna
And
use
then
them.
store them and all of that.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you and I, you, in fact, I think were the first one that made me aware of it. Lisa was, of course, aware of it. Is it 32 below? Is that
Yeah.
and it's
Yep.
so before we went to Wisconsin, just prior to Christmas, I went online and bought, these like a puffer jacket. I know you're familiar with them
Yep.
that fits underneath
Yep, I
my
have one.
Columbia shell. And so
Yep.
good, you got those 2 together, the shell prevents wind from getting through and the puffer, look, it's not a huge high dollar jacket or anything. However, when you combine it together, it makes sense. For that
Yeah.
puffer jacket, some wool gloves and a wool hat, stocking cap, it was like 33 bucks or so.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's the attraction for us. But here's what I also know. They're very light. I can pack them away in my closet way off to the side and not have to bring them out unless we're
Yep.
heading north or whatever. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
You could keep all that stuff and pack it. And I used to have what did we used to call them? The Sorels, the boots, hunting
Yeah.
boots, and they were amazing. You keep your feet warm
Oh,
and 20
love them.
below and all of
Yep.
that. Why? We don't need them anymore. And if A, what am I doing in the Midwest in 20 below zero weather?
Right.
And B, I don't need them. If they certainly will not be used down here for anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and for what we do too, it's not like we're going hunting or
right.
anything, And so even to say it's extreme, yes, we're worried about the power
Yeah,
going out.
same.
But even at that, would I be wearing boots in the house? Probably
Right.
not. The only reason I would use them is if I were spending hours upon hours
Mhm,
outside, and I'm not going
mhm.
to. If the power goes out, we're huddling inside. So,
Exactly.
again, there's a fine line to what you would, because I'm not gonna wear boots like that camping because it doesn't get we're not gonna go when it's sub-zero,
Right.
let's put it that
Right.
way. We're gonna go when it's
Yeah.
30 or 40, 50, something like that.
Or you just don't go.
Um,
Again, if it's forced upon you, it's a little different, but it's good to know
right.
you have the capability. And again, you're not gonna okay, it's 17 today. Next week, it's probably gonna be 60. And you
Exactly.
know
Well,
that,
let's
and
let's
so,
find
yeah,
out.
look.
And today's weather is actually gonna go down, so I think 17 is the warmest it's gonna
Oh,
get.
yes.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Don't get me
I
wrong, I am
know,
very excited.
you know what? And we've
Oh,
talked
I
about this
I was
for,
wrong.
nigh around 8 years this day at this
Yeah,
time, and that's fine. You're
we're
no crazier than I well, yeah, you are, but,
yeah, I'm
you
pretty
don't like
crazy.
what nice weather. Um,
We've
but
we've gone up to 6 inches, by the way.
oh,
So we're up to 6 inches.
oh, that's
Today's
good.
high is gonna be
Okay.
24 with a low of 22, so that's not too bad.
No.
Tomorrow's gonna be a little warmer, a high of 30, but a low
See,
of
the low of
10.
22 doesn't work for me when it's 17 right now. Jeez.
Well, we're still not to the warmest. Tomorrow's gonna be 30 degrees, that's the high, with a low of 10.
No.
Monday is 21 with a low of 4, but then we heat up again. It's 36 with a low of 14, 31, 13, 34, 13, 36,
Okay.
19, 35, 16,
And so
39,
you're gonna be
19, then
just loving
41.
it. Those are
Well, I'm gonna be in
those are your
heaven.
temps. And that's
Yes.
where I'm delightfully surprised that this, and it's been it was a little cloudy yesterday afternoon, but other than that, it's been sunny, and we are
Mhm.
totally out from that entire front. So sunny and what did you
Yeah.
call it? The nose of
The
Florida.
nose, the warm nose or something. See, that's what our radar looks
Oh
like
yeah,
right
okay.
now.
And you've got some sleet or whatever behind it, or
That's
freezing
yep.
rain.
Well, they're saying that's gonna push up. That's that nose
Yeah.
they were talking about. It's gonna push up, and that's when we're gonna switch over to
Mm,
rain, but I'm actually surprised we're that because the last model Ryan Hall
yep.
showed yesterday, I think, early
Hmm.
yesterday, the pink was already up closer to Nashville,
Oh,
so
okay.
it might be pushing south a little bit. I don't know.
And they don't know until
They
it's
never know.
amazing what they are able to do
Yes.
in forecasting, but still, it's not like they know, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pretty
Well, and
crazy, but it's beautiful.
it is. I'm sure it's very nice. And I spoke with my brothers yesterday. I'm sure I mentioned it at some point, but they do with one of my brothers, rather, and Matt has Matt as they call him, when they all get together. But it's a guys' weekend, and we've done
Mhm.
it. They've done it for 30 years. I've probably been there for 20 of them or so. And
Yeah.
I was actually brother Brad was here. Well, he was on the
Yeah.
podcast with us.
He was on the
Was here last
podcast.
weekend, and it was fun. We had a great time. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to look at flights just for giggles to see if I can maybe sneak up there and surprise people. And he said, "Oh, that'd be great." And I looked and I go, "Okay, well the price is a little bit high, but oh, and it's going to be 30 below zero." I said, "I'm out. I'm not even thinking about it.
Really?
There's
See,
there is
I
no
would in a
chance."
heartbeat.
Well, and you still can if you want to join them. They're still up there.
No, I'm
Go
good.
north.
I'm good.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Matt is with them, and so they will. I talked to them last night. Yes, last night, and did a
Mhm.
FaceTime call, and they're, "Oh man, we miss you." No, it's good to see him, and that's all cool. I said, "Thanks, I miss you guys too." I said, "But not enough to come up there because, damn it, 20 below zero was yesterday morning. 20 below zero. Why do you always choose the hottest weekend of the year in central Wisconsin? It's always cold. We played hockey in
Yeah.
15 below one year, and
Oh,
everybody's
yeah.
iced up on their facial hair, and oh my gosh, it's terrible."
Yep.
But they're having a great time, and that's good. I do not. Oh, good. I'll live vicariously through you, but I don't want to know anything more about
Yeah.
that.
I don't know.
That's too damn cold, man.
Yeah, I do like it, and I say that I wouldn't mind it, but would I wanna live in that all the time? Probably
Well,
not, but I
it's not
do.
Antarctica, but still,
No, but
what I want to do is
yeah.
bring back the memory to you, because I think we forget. Here's the memory I have: 20 below versus, let's just say, 10 degrees, which is cold too, especially if you're
Yeah.
used to Florida or wherever. 10 degrees, okay, that's cold. You walk outside, it's cold. When you
Yeah.
step on snow at 20 below, it sounds like,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm talking about. It's that crunch that you cannot
Yep.
replicate at 10 degrees. You
That's
just
true.
can't. It's a
That's very true.
total,
Yeah.
and I get the
Totally
chills
different.
just thinking about it because
Yeah.
it is that cold.
I get them for different
Oh, well,
reasons. No,
sorry, you're thinking of,
yeah, remember 1990, I think it was
yeah.
1996. We were talking about this on a call, earlier this week. In 1996, I was like, "Does anyone remember the 50 below in the
Real
Midwest?"
temperature, not chill, not wind chill.
It was yeah, well, I think it was 40 below
Okay,
real
with a wind
temperature,
chill.
50
Got it.
below with wind
Okay.
chill, or maybe even 60 below. They actually canceled school, it was so
Yeah.
cold. And I
Oh, that's
remember that,
happened several times. Yeah.
and I remember I went over to my girlfriend's because they had a hot tub in the house. So we just sat in the hot tub all day. It was great.
Nice.
But it was a genuine fear because I was driving my Jeep then and I had a soft top.
Oh,
And I was so scared of driving that
yeah.
thing because it was so cold that the
Yeah.
flapping would probably
Oh my
crack
gosh. Did
the
you wear a
window.
scarf while you were driving?
No, I actually didn't wear no, I didn't wear
Oh,
scarves
because you were too cool.
back then. It was too
Okay.
cool, yeah. I barely wore a hat back then. I had hair though, so now I wear hats all the time. It's not to keep warm. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I'm too hot."
So did you think
Isn't it
mittens on? Mittens.
I had choppers, I had and I miss those things. I wish I still
What are
had
they
them.
called?
They were, deerskin
Oh,
choppers.
chopper. I'm not
So
familiar with the
yeah,
term choppers. Weird.
they're
I mean, other
they're,
than motorcycle.
they're just mittens, so they don't have fingers. They have a thumb, but
Yeah.
they're lined
Yeah. Mittens. Isn't that
with
what you
fleece. You call 'em mittens, but these were specific because they were deer hide.
Oh,
So
okay.
they were light
Got it.
brown, and everyone it was a big
Yeah.
thing, but they were called
Choppers.
choppers.
Got it.
I don't know if that was a brand name or
Well,
not,
and
but
we used
yeah.
we used to have, especially when we'd go hunting, we'd have, the trigger mittens or trigger
Yep,
gloves or
I
whatever they're
have
called.
had those
Yeah,
too.
and it
Yep,
was, the one finger separate and then the
yeah,
rest was all mitten. And so,
yep.
it was weird because, when you try to tell where you lived in Michigan, you'd have the finger separate. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry. Michigan, sorry.
this is separate. It would work better if it was Wisconsin and you were talking about Door County, but
Yeah, it's right here in Door
yeah,
County. I know. That would be
yep,
easy. Of course, then the thumb wouldn't be that comfortable because it's kinda pointy.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Anyway,
Midwest humor.
so
Welcome to Potty
speaking of
Mouth. Yeah.
snow, yeah, speaking of snow, I've talked to some people that were out in Colorado, out in
Mhm.
Utah, out in that general area, and they're getting a little bit of snow, which is good because they're all saying their snow this year
Yeah,
sucks.
easy.
It's like one of the worst years for
Mm.
snow so far.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it was. I'm it's just be funny if we got more snow than they did. We were making that joke
Well,
earlier
and then you
because
could tell them about how good the skiing is by your place.
yeah, yeah, got a 30-second downhill.
Yeah, so down out of your driveway, right? You could kinda
Yeah,
go
pretty much. Yeah.
unless that old lady with the car stuck in the bottom of the hill was gonna make it to the top.
Yeah, but speaking of, I'm hoping to be able to travel to Utah next month
Oh,
for work, and,
flying or
I'm hoping that they
flying?
have yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
flying. Well, no, I'm gonna
I
walk.
know you could drive. You would drive.
I
You
would
did
drive, but
Colorado not that long
I
ago.
did that with my Jeep, though, and I don't have a vehicle that I would really like to
Rent
do
one.
that in. I could do that, or I could just come get yours.
The rent would be
I
sky high, but sure.
I
It's 15 grand
but
a day.
I'm hoping that they get better snow because I've never been to Utah. Idaho, Utah, and Oregon are really the only 3
Mm.
states in the West that I have yet to
Oh,
go
but you
to,
have some
and I've always
in the
wanted
East
to.
too?
Yeah, I haven't been up to Maine, Vermont, New
Okay.
Hampshire.
You should
I'd
it's
like to see
beautiful
those
up
as
there.
well.
I'm more of a
Yeah,
fan
Pennsylvania I haven't
of
been to Pennsylvania
Oh, you
either.
haven't? Okay, alright.
Nope.
You haven't been to Philly or Pittsburgh or
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Gosh,
Never
that
had a reason to
surprises
go.
me. Well, yeah, and you're
Yeah,
younger too, so maybe that's the thing. Once you grow up,
once I
you'll
grow
hit
up,
all those
yeah.
spots. Yeah, you'll love Utah is beautiful. Um, Montana? You've been to Montana. I know
I've
you
been,
have.
yeah, many,
Yeah,
many
yeah.
times, yeah.
'Cause your dad's there, right?
It's, close he's close to
Close to
there, yes.
Montana. Yeah, so anyway,
Yeah.
it's Utah you will love. It is very nice. People are great. It's, the mountains are incredible.
Yeah, hopefully
It's very
like I
nice.
said, hopefully I get to go.
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
hope you do
forward
too.
to it if I
And as
can.
I
Yeah.
told you, Alaska is my last one, and we're doing a cruise there that's later this
Oh, I
year,
haven't
so
been there either.
Oh, I thought you had been
I haven't
to
been to
Alaska.
Alaska. Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
alright. How
Alaska
about
or
Greenland
Hawaii.
for our next state? Are you gonna be in Greenland?
Do you think that's really gonna be
I
a state
don't.
before
I
Puerto
don't. I
Rico?
think it'll be a territory, and I think that's good. I look, I don't without getting political, look at us. I there's a real security reason that they think it's going to be helpful, and I can buy into that.
I
You know,
I struggle to see it. I struggle to see
yeah,
that
but
because
we're
we
not
already
privy to
have
everything
stuff
either.
there.
You
Very
don't know
true.
how many
Yep, and I
bases are there.
always put that caveat on
Yeah,
there.
and I
Yep.
think that's the safest way to do it, but, if they say they want it, yes, do we need some of the natural resources? As AI continues to proliferate, the the biggest challenge, other than making sure it stays in the right hands or does not, go a bad direction,
Yeah.
is power
Yeah.
generation. It takes up so much power, and,
Yeah.
Hazmat,
It has to
my
stay
buddy
cool too.
Matt, is at the leading edge of that power, provision, and he said it's incredible the demands that it makes. So, anyway, that's one of
Yeah.
those things that not knowing where that's going or not knowing what's going to allow us to generate that sort of power, it's very possible that Greenland has the capacity to help with that in a way that will be
Yeah.
a protective device for the US.
I again, I don't let me put it this way. I don't agree with the way it's being approached,
Mhm.
but to your point, we don't know
Yeah.
everything. So there could be underlying issues that we are not aware of that we never will be aware of. I just don't think it's I really they're already part of an alliance. We're already part of an alliance and we're already friendly with that particular country especially.
Look at what's happening to Europe.
Um
Look what's happening to Europe. It's pretty scary.
yeah, well,
It really is.
yeah,
Think about something I just read about Germany, that they continue to buy Russian oil,
yeah,
and they buy it at a rate that is just incredible. It's more, they had a versus B thing, um, that they have chosen to, because they need the oil, and
yeah,
they're giving up other things that they could be spending it on, and they're spending it on oil, and they wouldn't have to. So they make those decisions based on, geography and based on affordability. Look what's going on
sure.
in the UK. It's really scary, and so to separate ourselves from Denmark, which is not in a protector status at all for the world. I think it's not a bad decision. But again, we don't know everything. I think it's funny because the media, mainstream media, and half of the population, anytime Trump says anything that is a little out of the ordinary, he is an
Yeah.
idiot and he does not know what he's doing. And oh gosh,
I
we should put him at 25th Amendment right now because he's saying these things without it. They don't know shit about what they're talking about. Nothing.
yeah, well, it's sound bites too,
Well,
and
you're right
I
about that,
recognize
and
that,
that's not going to stop
but
them.
I will say when I heard what he said about
Yep.
Greenland, it did give me pause,
I
and
like
that
it
I
because
mean, that
I think he
for
does
various
stuff just to
reasons.
shock people, but then you will
Oh, I'm
see if
sure
it
he
really
does,
makes
and
sense
now
or
he's
not.
backing off, and I knew he would.
Well, he wasn't
It's
good
not
at,
like
excuse
it's
me for blowing my nose, but it's better than if I didn't.
right.
He's not going to. Uh, yeah, he does stuff just to see what the reaction's going to be, and frankly, I kind of like that because you and I do that too, and it's
Yeah,
just giving them a taste of their own
we
medicine. It really
we
is.
do. I'm just there are just some things I'm just which is not, I'm gonna say it. It's not a bad thing to
Yeah.
question.
No, it isn't.
If
You're
we
right.
went along with everything that everyone did, we're questioning people, questioning authority, questioning ideas. That's how we move forward because those are the conversations
As
we
long as
need to
it's
have.
respectful. I
As
absolutely
long as it's
agree, and it
respectful,
seldom is
absolutely.
in today's environment,
Yeah.
and,
Oh, yeah, and
what
that's
I one thing we
so
talked about last week, and it
ridiculous.
might have been off the air, I don't remember, but where I said, I think that, let's just say a large percentage of the 535, 6, 7 people, if you want, in Washington, DC that represent us are
Mhm.
compromised,
Oh,
and a large percentage.
what was the
I
percentage you
said
gave?
75,
You
and that was just off the top of my head.
that's a low number. That's a
But
low
let's
number in
just
my
say
opinion.
it's half that. Would that be a concern? So, the answer obviously is yes, it's a concern. If it's true, you can't trust anything that comes out of there, and
I
so I
don't.
don't either. So you're right. That's I'm trying to support that because
Yeah.
questioning, asking questions, that's all fine. A lack of action, however, is just as
Mhm.
fatal as having people compromised.
I don't disagree.
Yeah,
I don't disagree, and there are actions that are made that we're not gonna agree
yeah.
with, but we all one thing we should hopefully
Mhm.
agree on, and I'm pausing for a reason because I'm trying to figure out what the reaction I'm gonna get from our
Yeah,
listeners, all
our
3 of
listeners,
them.
they love us. They're all
But,
family, and
yeah,
you are.
it's we a lot of the decisions that are made at a grand
Mhm.
scale, not at a minor
Yeah.
scale from the corrupt
Mm.
people, but at a grand scale, we're never gonna know all of the information that led to that decision, and the decision is probably ultimately made in the best interest of everyone, political leanings aside, everyone in the United States based on the available
I hope
information.
that's true.
I have enough trust in
Yeah.
our government and the people that lead our
Yeah.
country that that is their goal. Does it always hit? No,
I
because
yeah. Yes.
but for the most part, the decision is there, and it's made in the best interest of our
I hope you're
country.
right. And that is, of course, what we pray for, and that's going to be the
Yep.
thing that in the end
And that's why
is
we have
what's there.
3 branches of government.
Yeah, that would be great if that they were all above
It
board.
used to work.
I know.
Yeah,
Did it though? I don't know. You look in history even and
I
take
know.
the JFK assassination. Why does it take 70 years to find out what really happened that day? And we still
Oh,
don't know.
very
We
true.
still don't
Yeah,
know. So
we
anyway.
don't.
Okay,
We don't.
that aside, I have one light thing of note before we wrap things up with our on that
Yeah,
note, and
on that
that
note.
is toast.
Okay. I gave Peyton an experience this morning with
Okay.
toast that, I grew up with,
Yes.
and I knew if her great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother were alive, would be making it for her constantly. So I made her some hot chocolate this morning,
For breakfast.
and I found, well, yeah, hot.
She's
It
a
was
kid, of course.
I call it Chamoka. I'm stealing it from Ghostbusters,
Nice.
one of the newer ones, the first new
Mhm.
one.
And
It's a Chamoka, so it's coffee, and
oh,
in this case, it was mocha flavored
uh-huh.
coffee. But then in using a Keurig, and then I do the Keurig hot chocolate on
Oh,
top of it,
okay.
and then I put whipped cream. But we
Wow.
have some chocolate sprinkles,
Wasn't that your
so
nickname
I
in
put chocolate
college?
sprinkles on. Yes, uh,
Sorry.
Jen is just surprised at all the nicknames I had in college.
She didn't know about any of them.
She
"Hey, chocolate
had
sprinkles,
no
come on
idea,
over
and
here."
we met the first day of
Okay.
college, so you'd think she
Fine.
would. Um, so anyway, I grew up and I could never, I still can't pronounce the word, but I grew up with a sandwich we called a haha sandwich, which is a hagelslag.
You
Hagelslag.
did well, I think.
I can't, it's a Dutch
Okay.
thing. It's actually a brand, and they're chocolate sprinkles, and they come into a box that's like this
Yeah.
big. And you're supposed to put it on buttered
Mhm.
toast and eat it like that. And so I had the chocolate sprinkles, which are basically the same
Sure.
thing, but it's just different brand. And so I made that this morning and I handed it to Peyton. She didn't even look, which I was really proud with her. She just picked it up and started eating. She's like, "Huh, that's interesting." But yeah,
And did she
she
had
wasn't
some?
as excited
Oh, she
about it.
wasn't.
She did. She ate the
Oh,
whole
well, she
thing.
liked it then.
And I yeah, she said it's interesting. She wouldn't claim that she liked it, but she said it was interesting.
Well, but
Um,
you know what? As a youngin', it's awesome for her just to even try it. It's just
yep.
it's yeah, that's really cool that she does that and has that demeanor to do that. So
I'm trying to look up
oh, yeah, well, can you spell it?
that's why I was looking it up.
Do a
Okay,
verbal
so
search.
I apologize. The brand is De Ruyter,
Okay.
which is here. I'm gonna allow.
De Ruyter.
I'll share my screen here. De
Yeah.
Ruyter. Do do do.
We don't do screen
Share.
sharing nearly enough on this podcast.
Allow. I know we really
Here
don't.
it comes, though. Ready or not,
Uh,
buckle up, people. If you're
all right.
listening on the podcast, sorry, you're not seeing this, but it's
Yeah.
amazing. Oh, DE capital RUI. Is that a J?
TER.
TER.
Yes. No. It's
RUI
UIJTER. Yep.
JTER. DeRuyter. Okay, it looks
Yep.
delicious. That's a
It
delicious
it very much
DeRuyter dark
is.
chocolate sprinkle.
I'm trying to
Okay, I got it. It looks
blow it. Oh,
awesome.
it's wrong screen. Well, I'm trying to get what the
Oh,
word.
that's all right.
I have to. Here we go.
It's
So
only
it's chocolate.
6.5 pounds. Not
Yeah, it's
size, but that's
chocolate
how much they charge.
Hagel, Hagel.
Ah, okay. DeRuyter
But I
Hagel.
think it's supposed to be Hagelslag or
I
something
don't think
like
it's
that. I don't
anything is
remember.
supposed to be that. I think that's what it is, but that's
Yeah.
very cool. And
Yeah,
in
I mean,
in Norway, they have something
this is
that has that with butter on it that they call smørbrød. Butter
okay.
bread, I think is the literal smørbrød.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. You're
That's
gonna order some now, aren't
so
you?
that's, yeah, probably. No, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't going
See,
to.
this is good. You're not lying. I like that.
There it is. Hagelslag.
Okay. Oh, I got it.
Hagelslag.
Hagelslag. Hagelslag. That's perfectly
Yep.
pronounced. Yeah.
So anyway, I could never pronounce it when I was a kid, so we called it haha.
That's cute though as a kid.
I think
Well
so.
done.
I was cute as a kid. That's the only time I ever
So now
was.
the toast, a couple of layers of that. The first one is, um, what was the guy's name? It was, blah, 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 uh,
How do you spell that?
Haywood Banks. And Haywood Banks, so
Okay.
look it up on YouTube. Haywood Banks was a comedian. I think he's passed,
Mhm.
but I could be wrong. I hope not. No, I hope he hasn't passed. Not that I hope I'm not wrong. Um,
Oh,
but he did a recording of a song called Toast, and it's absolutely hilarious. The reason I
uh-huh.
brought up Toast is because we are having a visitor come over to the house, a 6-month-old puppy whose name is currently, at
Oh,
least, Toast, and he is gonna
nice.
visit to see if we kinda connect or not, and we'll see. He is a rescue, a mix of a, Scottie and, and I heard this, a mini, um, uh, mini doodle.
Schnauzer? Ah,
Schnauzer and a mini doodle. Excuse me. And so he's dark, but just cute face in the picture. We'll see. He might be a total asshole when he gets here. But so anyway, the good news is that Lisa sheepishly brought me a picture of him and says, so he's not exactly. I said, what? Just say it. And I said, the only thing I'm going to ask you to do is have backups because in sales, especially in automotive sales, we would send customers home with a vehicle. You know what? You don't have to make a decision. I know you're just thinking about it. That's fine. Take it home this evening and
yeah.
try it out. See if it fits in the garage. And that is called the puppy dog clothes for a reason. People get it home and they
Okay,
don't want to
okay,
live
so
without it. And that's exactly what we're putting ourselves through this afternoon.
you're doing is this a foster, or are you looking to adopt, or are you
It's
babysitting?
a no. This will be one that we would buy that we would,
You
take
you
over,
would
we
adopt?
would adopt, and so the
Yeah.
foster, person
Wow.
is bringing him over, so he's
Gotcha.
scheduled to
It's a big
be
step.
fixed next week. Yeah, we've been 2
Mm,
years without a dog now,
yeah,
and so yeah, it would be
it's
a
time.
different thing. Well, with me doing a little more traveling, I'm thinking more of a guard dog type animal.
Yeah.
Lisa's yeah,
Thinking more of a
a
companion,
little
absolutely.
tinier.
They can do both.
What? No, they can't. We'll see if that
Yes, they
works.
can.
We'll see.
Some of the most ferocious dogs I've ever met are the little ones.
But if they can't do any damage, that's not probably does not
Who
scare
says
many
they can't
people
do any
away.
damage?
Wow.
Their teeth are very small and
So we'll
sharp.
have that ball biting class.
Yeah,
We'll see how that
that's a
goes.
good idea.
Anyway, I thought you would enjoy that, and
I
honestly, we're
did.
not, and maybe we should be. Uh, we've had to put 3 dogs down now,
Yeah,
and the last 2, we went 1 year to the day before we got Indy, and now we're actually over 2 years since we had to put him down,
yeah,
before this happened, so we'll see. It seems easier. Some
well,
friends will
good
do
luck.
thank you. Some friends will, their dog passes, and the next day or that day, they'll go out and get another
Yeah,
one because that's how
yeah,
they deal with grief, and that's okay. We apparently need to, go through the grief, so when you put dogs down, it's not cover Bonnie and
yeah,
Clyde's
it's
ears. It's
not
not a
easy.
good day for a dog owner. That's for sure.
No, it's not, and the last time I did it, we made it I think we maybe made it a year,
Yeah,
between the last one, not
yeah.
quite, before we got Bonnie and Clyde, but, we probably it would have been a lot faster, but the last dog was at one house, and then we moved into another house, and we were in moving and, it's like and I was still working at a
Mhm.
dealership, and, yeah, Jen didn't wanna be the only one taking care of a dog when I was literally at the dealership at 7 AM, and I left at
Yep,
7 PM, 6 days a week,
yep.
so I was never home.
Familiar with those hours.
Yep. I was home more the next job when I was
Mm.
traveling than I
I know.
was when I worked
It's
in a
so
dealership
true.
that was 5 minutes
Even when
away.
you're gone
Yeah.
overnight, it's not like
Yep.
you get to spend a lot of time at home
Right.
when you come home from the
Yep.
job. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, anyway,
Anyway.
we'll see how it
Alright.
goes. I'll fill you in, keep you in the loop on
Yeah, looking
that. So, yeah,
forward
we'll
to it.
see. But his name is
Alright.
Toast. I'm not sure we're gonna keep that.
I was gonna that was my next question. Are you
Yeah.
gonna keep
I
him
I
named
don't know.
Toast? I guess you gotta wait until you
6 months
see
old, we'll
him.
see.
Him, her?
It's a male. He'll be fixed next week,
Okay.
apparently. That's in the plan, and so Uh, I don't see I don't know, toast to me is we always had dogs that ended with an, E, like an E sound at the
Yeah.
end, Wiley, Indy, Sammy, because when you call them, it's Sammy, it's, toast,
Toast
uh,
toasty.
toasty maybe, but not it's Florida. Well, it's gonna be toasty this
They're
afternoon.
already toasty. Exactly.
We'll see. I'll keep you in the loop.
Sounds good. All right, everyone. You're not going to find it on the website because we don't know yet. But if you want to find out past episodes, some of our merch, some of our past guests who also have their own online
Yep.
presence, head up to pottymiles.com, check it all out. Check out our past episodes, as I mentioned, because you'll be able to reach out from there to all of the places it lives on the interwebs. But I hope you have a great week. We'll talk about the weather next week, and we'll see if we have power by then again.
On
By
your
the way,
phone,
I'm
you'll
just
be
going
on
to
your
put this
phone.
out there. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to put this out there just in case if for some reason this doesn't air regularly on Tuesday, it's because power is still out and it might come out later. So if it does, I apologize ahead of time, but I don't foresee that happening because I'm hoping to get it up today before the power goes
Or
out. I don't know. We'll
or
see.
he can toss it to me and I
Or
can
I
not
could
do
do
it.
that too. I don't know if that'll work, but we'll
I
find
don't
out.
either.
I have all the faith in the world that you could easily do it, John. It's not hard. So, okay. Yeah. You need a forehead for that. All right. On that note, have a great rest of your week,
See
everyone.
ya.